Greetings everybody! So last time that I spoke about melons on this channel, I was talking about two Chinese melons that I picked up from an Asian supermarket that I live near. And I got into a little bit about how melons are classified in China. It's different than how it's done in the US and other parts of the world. There's thin-skinned melons and thick-skinned melons and smooth melons and webbed melons, and it's looked at in a different way. But either way, today I am back with another melon from China, the Hami. Now you may be saying to yourself, hey, I've seen Hami melons, and the Hami melons I've seen were different than that Hami melon. Well, here's the thing. There are actually over 200 different varieties of Hami melon, and they can vary quite a bit in how they look. What makes something a Hami melon is that it originates in the area of Hami, which is in northwestern China. So that is why there are so many different varieties that have the same name. It's not so much there is one variety that's the Hami, it is from a particular area. Now when I saw this, I thought that this looked very, very similar to another melon that I had in the past, the Mirza melon. The Mirza melon was bigger, but it had this kind of shape to it. It had this similar kind of thickness to it and webbing to it, a little bit of a different color, but it looks similar enough that I was worried that this was just a Mirza melon. They are different melons, however, the similarity is not an accident. At least I don't think it is. Nobody's really speaking about this online, but here's what I figured out. Mirza melons are from Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan and China have been trading with each other for centuries. And Uzbeks have been settling in China since the 16th century. Where were they settling, you may ask? In the Xinjiang region. It's in northwestern China, and it's the same region that Hami is located in. So I would wager that the Hami melon and the Mirza melon are close relatives. I mean, all melons actually come from Central Asia, you know, where Uzbekistan and Kyrgyzstan and Kazakhstan, all that is Central Asia. So all melons come from there. But I have a feeling that this and the Mirza melon are pretty closely related to each other. But let's see if they taste similar. So this is a beautiful melon. I mean, the coloring on the flesh is like nice and peachy. It's got this really big cavity in it, which is interesting because there's like a lot of space there, but it's also very dry. You see like the seeds are just kind of like stuck to the walls of the cavity there. It's not like full of like a bunch of stringy snot. Picking the seeds out of this was like super easy to do because there's not like a whole lot of like mushy crap on the inside. Oh. Crispy. It's a crispy melon. I'm pretty sure that this is ready. I mean, melons ripen on the plant. And I've had it sitting for a while too, so it should be as soft as it's gonna be. But still, it's got a very crisp texture to it. It's quite sweet, but not like super sweet. Maybe a 6 out of 10. There is no tartness to it whatsoever. 0 out of 10 for tartness. So the flavor of this isn't super easy to describe because it is fairly mild. The most notable thing about it is that texture and that juiciness. This is super, super refreshing to eat. It's got that melon taste, like a cantaloupe, I guess. There's a touch of a floral note to it. I would say a touch of a savory note, kind of like what you get from like a tomato, like that kind of like heartiness, but not so savory that you wouldn't want to eat it as a dessert. It's definitely like a dessert, but it could be used like chopped up and put in a salad. It does have a muskiness to it, but it's light. It's kind of like the muskiness that you get from like a white grape. I like this. This is good. I'm not the biggest fan of melons. It's the sort of thing where you get like a little fruit bowl at like a restaurant or something. There's always like a ton of melon, and like I pick out that melon to try to get that like one strawberry at the bottom. That's kind of my idea of what a melon is. But if this were in that bowl, I would eat this. And the connection that I made with the melons from Hami and the melons from Uzbekistan is interesting. You know, when I bought this, I wasn't really expecting much. I wasn't really thinking there'd be like a whole lot to talk about. But then I kind of found this connection. So I learned something today, I think, and I hope you enjoyed this episode on the Hami Melon, and I will see you next time. I would like to give a big shout out to Smarter Every Day, Loftyrex, and JMac. They are mega patrons over on Patreon.com. Patreon, I'm sure you've heard about it, but basically it is how I can afford to go on all the adventures that I go on this channel and how I buy all the fruit that I buy. So if you are interested in supporting the channel, check out the link in the description below. Another way to help out is by going to my website. My website has all my videos organized into categories, which is pretty cool, and I also have t-shirts for sale over there. So check it out, and I will see you all next time.